Fuck you.
Just do it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Put in the Book show on another Friday evening here. And
Fridays.
up
Fridays suck.
until about an hour ago, we were in good spirits. Not as much
No, we
now.
weren't. No, we were not. Don't lie. Don't lie to the people, man.
We can't
Don't
be in
do
good
it.
spirits.
How
Anyway,
can it be?
I'm Steve. Got Rodriguez
Oh,
right over there.
howdy.
My good friend Rodriguez.
Welcome.
Keith is out today. Hopefully he's watching, and we don't agree too much on things. And of course, behind the wall, behind Rodriguez, Mr. Producer Joe. What's going on, my friend?
No,
There it is. His
There
favorite
it
word.
is. Yeah. So
People are gonna hear that a lot.
We'll
Trust
try
us.
not to poop too much in the milk today, but we do have some stuff to talk about from spring training, a few things to run down, some old timers day talk,
It's like chocolate milk, bro. It's like chocolate milk.
and then we'll get into the prediction stuff for 2022.
Oh my
I'm
god.
thinking we might have to update
Oh
one of them.
my god.
But before we do that, Producer
Oh.
Joe, let's get it started.
Put up the box.
All right, we're here. Terzio, what's up?
Frank.
Cowbell.
Terzio.
Hello, guys. I'm with the Seven Line Army. Oh, they're doing a boat cruise tonight. Well,
All right.
put us up on the big screen, baby, because we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh, have fun, big cowbell man.
Cowbell,
Have fun. Enjoy that.
we got to get up and
No,
get to a game and
Yeah,
go meet these guys. Go Pin Man, Cowbell Man.
Oh, absolutely.
all these
That'll be
guys.
fun.
Yes,
That'll be nice.
Mindy,
We'll get up
thanks
there
for
soon.
joining. So yeah, we'll get a rundown of what's going on in camp, some Buck Showalter stuff, a couple of good days that are going to be coming up during the season. Now that we have an owner that appreciates the history of the New York Mets. Timmy, what's up,
Loves it.
Timmy? How goes it?
Timmy.
Yeah, of course. Well, we got to get up there to you too. I could have, there's a whole story about that. But hey, Old Timers Day, some stuff got announced there. And this is where I would typically hand it off to Keith for a little bit of
Mindy.
Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Rodriguez has some stuff to talk about.
Well,
He's
you know
he's
what? Let's
plethora of knowledge.
Producer Joe. Yeah. So I'm very interested. I found out something today that just blew my mind. And I want the world to know that Producer Joe has been my friend for about 20 years. I've often been very unkind to him. In fact, I enjoy being unkind to him.
Wait, what's happening here?
I called him the fat man, but unfortunately, I think that moniker has to go away. Producer Joe has been on a diet for 4 months. And I think I want to know, Producer Joe. I think the whole world, maybe the whole universe wants to know. I know the Met fans want to know. Have you lost any weight?
No, I haven't lost it. I know exactly where it is. It's in the it's in the fridge. It's in the wings and the beer section of the Publix. No, yeah, I'm down like 45 pounds. Yeah.
45
Congratulations.
pounds. That's like a baby dinosaur.
Yeah, it's like a couple of bowling balls. Yeah.
A couple of balls. Wow, man, that's amazing. So you must look totally different. Totally different.
You know what?
How's your back?
You know, everything feels better when you lose a lot of weight. You know, everything feels better. But it's yeah. Thanks, Tom. Thanks. The it's with physician prescribed medication is helping me with it, and it's going
It's going well.
it's going really well. I saw the doctor for a follow up a few days ago, Wednesday, and everything is going extremely well. She's actually taking me off of a couple of the medications I'd been put on
Yes.
because of my heart attack.
There you go. There you go.
You know, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
which was the real goal. So it's really it's a cool thing and it's going well. Thank you for
I
asking.
am so glad to hear.
Congratulations.
I'm so glad to hear. Wanted to share that with the people out there. There's hope for everyone. If Producer Joe can lose weight, let me tell you something. Anyone in the world can lose weight, can get healthy again. And I'm very happy. He's a dear friend. I wouldn't want to lose him or have to smack him in the face again.
or So wait a second. So Rodriguez, are you saying that the story I told you just before we went on air and before Joe joined us for the day, that Joe can attest to it?
What story?
What I was talking about. So Joe, I mean, I was getting dressed for the show, right?
Oh,
and
God.
so
Again,
I have
you're
this.
I've forgotten it.
I got to do it now. Now it just makes sense. So I had bought a Captain 7-Line Army shirt a few years ago, extra large, whatever. And when you're a little bit bigger, you can you put your shirt on, and it doesn't matter if it was wrinkled because everything's gonna fill out. Well, right before I was getting dressed and I put that on, and it didn't fill out anymore because I've lost some weight too, and I didn't want to come on all wrinkled, so I'm back and changing my shirt. Rodriguez enjoyed the story the first time, and hearing that weight loss story, it inspired me to tell him again. Terzio's down 4 pounds. Congratulations.
There you go.
Everyone who's
I was
losing
waiting
weight,
for
congratulations.
Terzio to say he was down 115 pounds. His ex-wife. See, he's always open. And
yes, you missed it,
Hey,
Frank.
we're down a few hundred on the screen, so
Today we
we're
are.
We're a little bit lighter today. And knowing Producer Joe lost 45, that's even better. Look at that. What the team's lightening up, man. We're gonna be a
slimming
fast
down,
team
baby.
now. A quick, fast team. I'll keep some of the weight though, guys, just in case.
Yeah, you'll
I'll hold on to it for you guys.
All right, let's start off with the obvious news from today. Last night heading into today was that Jacob deGrom was having some shoulder soreness and went for an MRI this morning. Got scratched from his spring start today against Cardinals. And Terzio, I'm trying to keep a straight face and talk about this story, and that's where. So
what am I missing here?
Oh, Terzio says my ex-wife's boobs weigh more than me, and that's what I couldn't get past. As I saw it, that was it. So it turns out MRI was kind of clean, but noticed some stuff with the bone, stress fracture in his shoulder. And from what I read on the internets, the interworlds, is that something like this is about 4 to 6 weeks of healing. Plus, then you got to start spring training all over again for deGrom. So, safe to say that we probably won't see deGrom until at best the middle of June, I would say. What do you think, Rodriguez?
Listen,
thank God for Mad Max. Thank you, Stevie.
Thank you. Those $40 million are going to be well worth it to keep that crazy dude around. At least he's going to help us out, not like other people. I mean, he's only 37 years old, probably like 4 years older than deGrom, and now deGrom's brittle again. Here's my thought on this. We're either going down the same rabbit hole as the captain, and we're going to get screwed again by our major star getting hurt and not being able to physically compete at the highest level. Okay, that's what I'm dreading. However, he's a big kid. He's been a healthy kid. He seemed very fit. I don't think to have a stress fracture and to have the injuries that he's having now, I definitely look at his diet. I test him out and see what it is that he's missing because there's something's going on that if he's getting stress fractures and bones, I don't know. Medically, I can't say. I'm just saying you got to invest more time and more money into this guy because he's our star. He's our World Series championships. I mean, honestly, guys, with this guy, we're fairly unbeatable in the World Series if he comes in and he's healthy. That's the problem if he's healthy. We're not going to have a healthy deGrom forever now. How are we going to re-sign this guy if he can't even stay on the field or start a season? Now he's going to start the season at the All-Star break. Farace, what did I say to you today in jest? Okay, I told you this in jest. I told you that at the All-Star break we'll see him. I didn't jinx him. You know who jinxed him? The captain. The captain went to see him, and he brought his bad back and his nasty injury.
Hey!
You and that $28
you keep
million
the captain's name out your
What?
mouth.
What?
Keep the captain's name out your mouth.
You!
Joke. I was just joking. Oh my God. I tried to follow the lame bit. I tried. You started and I tried to follow it. But no, listen, honestly, I'm not the jinx. The captain's the jinx. I really believe that. He stole $28 million from us. Okay, now he's trying to give his bad luck to deGrom. So deGrom can go retire with $30 million a year now. Now deGrom is going to steal $30 million a year from us because he's never healthy enough to perform, not even close to the contract. Then the Met fans are going to be upset because the management says, "Oh, well, we're not going to give a guy who's hurt, $30 million to pay for us."
All he just doesn't have to do is not opt out now.
But
I mean, if he truly is hurt,
truly is hurt. Listen,
I didn't mean that. I meant if he's truly hurt for an extended period of time. All he has to do is just not opt out, and he gets the rest of his money.
deGrom is going to be another albatross around our necks. Okay?
But I don't think in that situation now with the owner that we have, I don't know that a bad contract will hinder us. Actually, I know a bad contract won't hinder us as much.
That's true.
The last people.
That's true, but then it brings that whole karma again into the clubhouse. Just when they're getting rid of all that nonsense that went on a few years ago and all the silliness, it looks like we have a captain running the show. It's not slight to the captain. He was our player captain. I'm talking about Buck. It looks like Buck can really run the show, and he's going to run the camp the way he wants to. He's very amicable. He's hilarious. And he's tough. He's going to be tough with the media. When they get on his nerves, he's going to tell them what's up. He's going to say, "You guys got to go." So we're in good shape as far as the team goes. The Mad Max signing, Farace, you said it right before we started the show. What did you say?
I said, thank God for Mad Max. But Terzio, is that a thing, or are you doing some type of April Fool's thing? He's saying Mad Max has a hamstring issue. Might end the show now if that's true. I got nothing. But you bring up a good point because I heard one interview with Buck and they talked about you're kind of stacked in depth and stuff, and he says yes right now, but I've got a plan as if this person could be out, this person could be out, and he says, and I do feel comfortable right now if we were to lose anybody, just not for the entirety of the season, obviously. But yeah, he's done all the right things. He's made adjustments that make sense. The day games, he says, why are we doing all these day games for spring training? We have to do night games because players are not going to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, day in and day out.
Cooler at night. You know where we live.
At night.
Pretty much right down the street from us. It'd be nice, bro.
All right, so everybody is saying something about Max with a hammy. So we'll monitor that situation.
Yay! Cheers to that, Farace. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Everybody's saying it now. Everybody's doing it. All right, but he's also bringing in these guys, right?
Bartolo Colon. Why don't we just bring him early?
Bring him in. But I
Bring in
just
Big
to
Bart.
finish just to finish the thought on the segue to Buck. Bringing all these guys who are great New York Mets and have shown to be able to handle the big scene, the big stage, and in the Al Leiters, in the Mookie Wilsons, in the Piazzas, in the Keith Hernandez, and David Wright.
David Wright.
But
Mookie.
and Mookie too. And so he's embracing the history of the Mets. And
he says we a lot. He says we.
He's
Like
bringing
right
guys
off the
into
bat.
player meetings. Like David Wright's been in a player meeting. Piazza's been in a player meeting. Al Leiter went to the player meeting, and and they talked about he talked about this one time that Tom Seaver was when he was calling games, and Tom Seaver was approached Al Leiter on the day he pitched, and he took the lineup card from him, and he goes, "All right, listen. After the 5th inning, I'm not letting this guy beat me. This guy beat me. After the 7th inning, I'm not letting this guy beat me or this guy beat me. And after the 8th, I'm not letting this guy beat me." And Al Leiter's like, "You want me to pitch around people? I don't do that." And then he was like, well, what kind of a jerk am I to not, turn down advice from Tom Seaver? So he said, so then I would make adjustments. And if I needed to pitch around Chipper Jones in the 7th inning with the game on the line, I was more than happy to do it. He said, and if you're a rookie pitcher, don't admit it. Don't admit that to your manager. I was able to talk to Bobby Valentine about it. And, we're all good. But just to bring back stories of the past, the year 2000, and then he's got his kid in the Rangers organization. Can't remember his name. But he and Rodriguez, you'll appreciate this. He talked about his highest ever pitch count was 162. And, he talked about how that will never, ever happen ever again.
Never again.
What do you think about all these old timers? First of all, being allowed to come to camp, which
come on, bro. We've always wanted that. We've always wanted to see our old Met guys there at camp. It shows that we have some knowledge. We have some really good players, man. We've had some really, really good pitchers. We could definitely bring pitchers in like every day at camp and not run out. We've had some really good pitchers on our teams. We've had some good hitters. Keith Hernandez should be a staple at any Mets
for
camp.
sure.
You should definitely have guys like Strawberry, because Strawberry is a warning. The second they see Strawberry, the second they see Gooden, if they know any little bit of Met history, they know that that's the warning. That's what you could turn into when you're 50. If you don't heat yourself.
Maybe Matt Harvey doesn't go down that road.
Maybe Matt Harvey doesn't go down that road. He's only throwing 93 now. You saw that little video of him on the gram throwing 93, nice and easy. Yeah, right. That was doctored. That looks like 85.
Yeah,
but
I was
Matt Harvey,
say 88.
Yeah, listen. I hope he does well. I appreciate him as a man, and I told you I loved him. I mean, the kid had balls, but he was kind of high on cocaine, but he had balls.
Yeah. For sure he did. Maybe
I think Buck is the right guy. Yeah, well, that's probably why, All that power.
The nosebleed game, damn it.
The nosebleed game.
That was a thing.
It's so obvious. So freaking obvious.
Like when you talk about games in Mets history, you could talk about, the Black Cat and, this and that. But Bloody Nose Game is one of them.
Bloody Nose Game. Yeah, man. That's one of them. And he gave it to us. So appreciate you, Matt. I say things in jest, but I always stood up for you, even though Farace and Keith tried to tear you down.
We need to fact check that, Producer Joe.
You should.
Not sure it happened.
He'll be on it.
All right. Moving on to a couple of the different days that are going to be going on this year. Obviously, the statue goes up. April, is it the 15th? Same day as Jackie Robinson Day, which is this year is the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking through to the major leagues. We're going to commemorate. We're not there yet, Joe. Thank you. We're going to commemorate the nope. What's happening? We're going to commemorate
He's not asking you. He's telling you to
He's
start
like,
on.
move it along.
Like, start it.
But we gotta get to the days. Commemorate the Johan Santana. Oh boy. Don't get Terzio started on McCann already. I know it was going to be a thing. But the Johan Santana no-hitter, 10th
Got plenty of
anniversary
advice.
on May 31st.
Yeah,
And
chalk line city. Yeah,
we could talk about that.
Check the chalk.
And if replay were around, would it have really been a no-hitter? We would still be looking for it now.
Well, listen, I don't really care. Okay, it's pretty close.
McCann has back spasms again. Yeah, just tell him
there you go.
Playing.
Thomas Nito, starter, $3 million.
Oh no. You
know what's gonna happen, right? He's gonna suck the life out of Lindor's game. Lindor's gonna be hitting 220 in 2 weeks.
Wow, Frank.
Oh my God.
PG, buddy. PG. Very, very, very upset with Brian McCann. I mean, James McCann. All right. And then, of course, Old Timers Day comes. Will take place on August 27th. We got a couple new names today.
Who do we get?
We got
Let us know, Farace.
Big Sexy, baby. Big Sexy. Rudy, what's up?
Whoa.
I'm not calling you Big Sexy. That just happened like that. Just
Rudy, no.
Right away.
He might
Big
if he
Sexy
gets
Bartolo. Bartolo Colon will be part of the festivities. And we talked about before the show. Is he going to throw? He's going to pitch, or he's going to try to hit?
He's going to pitch. He's going to throw 85 to like the oldest guy on the team, probably like Duffy Dyer up there. He's looking like this. He's going to throw 85. No pity. He doesn't throw kids in the Dominican Republic. He's going to do it to old people.
Tough love.
Big Bart.
Yeah, no backflips. And Cespedes is the other one. So, all right. So Cespedes is not. Is he? Wait a second. How could he? Is he officially retired?
He's 36, dude.
Wait, is it
going
on what?
He's done. He's gonna go to the game and he's gonna hit a home run off of Jerry Kuzman. Okay, Jerry Kuzman's gonna. He goes, I hit it off Jerry Kuzman. And
hit him. I hope he hits him.
No, Jerry Kuzman throws like 30 miles an hour now, dude. It's like a softball.
No, I know.
Come on.
I don't care. Just hit him. Tony wants to know, why do the baseball gods hate the Mets? I wish I knew, and I also wish I knew. You know, we all wish we knew, and yeah, he's a Giants fan too. Good guy, that Tony.
Good to see.
All right. So I don't think Cespedes even, like, what are we doing? That's old timers. So it's going to be him and Daniel Murphy from 2015, right?
Douches.
We're also going to have Josh Tolley.
I like Josh
because he caught the no-hitter from Santana, which is as good as reason as I can think of.
He used to catch. He used to catch our knuckleballer. What's his name?
Yep, the 20-game winner, baby.
20-game winner. My God.
Dickey, R.A. Dickey.
Yeah, R.A. Dickey.
Who we traded to the Blue Jays for Noah Syndergaard and Darno.
Who are with the Braves and the Angels. And I saw a picture of Syndergaard pitching for the Angels. Did you see that one? Did you see that one? All in red. He said red is the color of birth, rebirth or something like that. And my double finger salute came up so quickly for him. And I was like,
rebirth, whatever. The Angels.
Syndergaard, come on, dude.
The Angels are going to, they spend, and they're going to win 75 games this year.
He signed a 1-year contract, right?
1-year deal. Which remember, we couldn't even understand why he would. Okay, so they talked about the uncertainty of the Mets, but now I would have to imagine that him and Mets are maybe rethinking, because the Mets are no uncertainty.
Mets didn't want to come back. He had a shot to come
Right.
back. Okay, Syndergaard was
We
right.
just don't know the money situation.
His reasoning was right. I think Syndergaard. To be honest, all joking aside, he made a good decision for himself financially at the moment and career wise because the Mets were a little bit up in the air. So the Angels, something he liked about their pitching coach and his ways that he decided to go. But double finger salute.
He's Fat Thor
You're
now.
not a Met. You're not a Met anymore.
He's Fat Thor.
I still like Fat Thor. He's somebody. He's got to make him somebody else. Make him somebody else.
Remember when Fat Thor, when he got on what's his name, Gorg was playing PlayStation, and he had to get on to threaten
this kid, this 13-year-old kid or something.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, Marvel.
Good stuff.
All right.
Well,
I don't know. Terzio's saying we could use Syndergaard now.
Of course, you could always use
hindsight is 2020, but also we don't know what Syndergaard is right now. Like I would have been perfectly happy with him signing for the whatever that thing is called.
We have Tyler. We have
Tyler. State. Oh, what? Okay.
He's gonna blank us out. He's trying to tell you something. Okay.
No, right. I think he's had too much.
No, it's never enough. He told you that this morning.
I was gonna try and do. Yeah, I would have joked. All right, and then David Wright was in camp over the last day or two. He talked about how this Mets team is very similar to the 2006 Mets team, but he did say that this team is better. This is his opinion, and certainly goo. I thought that said goo. Sorry, Joe.
Focus.
Goo. There it is.
Focus.
Sorry, it's you can't see the okay. Tony wants Loop back, and we're gonna get to all the predictions. We were
2 minutes and 2 seconds.
We were a little off last year, little bit, and some of the stuff we'll agree on, and some of the stuff we're a little ways off. But David Wright said he would love to be in this lineup. Hell yeah!
Why? So
Rodriguez, don't you dare! That's bad. That's sacrilege. This is the captain.
That's true. I do like him. He's a good man.
I would love to have the captain coming off the bench. What?
Yeah, off the bench. I like to have him in his 28-year-old.
Well, I mean, yes, of course.
Or at least.
I did, and this is not a Mets related, but it's in our division.
Is it about the Knicks?
No, I did go to the Knicks game. It was fun. Friday night, Knicks and Heat. Knicks came back from a 17-point deficit. This is a Mets show.
Enjoy that, Keith. That was just for you.
I should clip it. I clip it and send it to him. I don't see. Now you talked about the Knicks. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
You're talking about the captain.
Yes, ahead. and somebody from the team on the other side of town that their careers were similar in that their great potentially Hall of Fame careers were derailed by back injuries, and that's Don Mattingly. And he was on MLB Network earlier, and he was praising. He started with the Mets. Said he loves what the Mets did this year. Obviously, he's got to temper it a little bit because with the Marlins. But he's got a show coming up on. It was so weird. It was an awkward interview. He said, "I'm not even going to watch the documentary."
You mean like right now?
No, this is not weird. With Don Mattingly and Dave Wright. I feel like they followed similar career paths.
Don't ever mention Don Mattingly on this show again.
Sorry,
he's a skanky.
He's a Marlin. And we'll stomp him, but all right. So that's pretty much it for the camp stuff. All right. Let's get to some player predictions. And I'm afraid that one of them, one of the player predictions we are gonna potentially have to update here in the coming days.
Really?
Let's get to it. And according, the fans here, unless they all got together and said, let's screw with the put in the books guys about Max Scherzer.
What?
I don't know if
Dude, listen.
Producer
Producer Joe knows the information. He's not telling us yet. Or if he was still smoking,
doesn't want to
too much,
reveal the source.
he was still smoking
Whiskey.
his cigar, he would have found out already because he's on the job.
He is always
Right.
on the job.
Right.
Sure. Terzio, come on, don't say that. McCann and Cano. All right,
There we
let's get to our player predictions here.
Let's do this.
We did them all separately, but what we're going to show
Where's
you
the big
is
music? The music, the trombones. Don't we have
the marching band.
the marching band?
No.
Kind of fits.
Now we know what the
Okay.
producer thinks about us.
That's because of deGrom. He's got him like that. He's just,
And I have
just tooting his own horn today.
deGrom is screwing me in fantasy baseball too. I just want him to know that.
Here we
So
go.
I need to
Degenerate
come back to that
gambler.
reason.
Here we go.
Tired of it. Okay. Anyway. All right. Let's get to it here.
Let's do this. He was ready.
John Heyman on Twitter says Scherzer unconcerned with a slight tweak he felt in his hamstring. Very minor at this point, and he's unconcerned.
Okay. But when we trust the players, they kind of screw us over.
Every time they screw us over, not sometimes, okay? Regardless. Good news. Thank you, Producer Joe. Well done.
All right. So let's we're gonna go through the hitters and likely the rotation here. I think we've got the time to do that. Again, we all have our own predictions, but this is our consolidated consensus predictions here between the fours of us.
Are those McCann numbers with mine? Did you leave mine out?
No, I did. I would never do something like that.
You left mine out. You left mine out.
Okay, so here we go. This is this is a good place to start here, and that is behind the plate, James McCann. So our consensus is 244, 14 home runs and 50 RBIs. So the outlier here, batting average wise, Joe has him at 225, Rodriguez at 265. Keith and I were like 240, 245. Home runs anywhere between 12 and 15. That's all good. Joe really slighted McCann here when it comes to the RBIs. He's got him with 38, Rodriguez at 60. I had him with 55. Joe does not have the faith in McCann.
Well, I think he's going to play less this year and be more fresh after last year. He's figured out, hopefully
without the injury, right? I hope he plays less without the injuries.
This is without injuries.
Terzio hates him.
They're gonna give him. They have to give Nito more time because Nito proved last year that he can play. Okay, and he can spell McCann and give him a break. So a fresher McCann, I'm thinking better numbers, a better lineup. He doesn't have to play as much. And if he needs to be in the lineup, he can DH. He can play first base. So I think he could, if without an injury, he can have a good year.
Yeah, I see. I don't see him getting back to the 275, the 280 that he had a couple.
No, I don't see that.
Which if he did, and in one of the interviews from a couple of days ago, he talked about that he got away from going to right field last year.
Which go back to that. Yeah.
We saw that. We
Absolutely.
Rodriguez. I don't know if you remember, but we were kind of like gushing over the highlight reel of him hitting the ball so much to right field, and then it didn't really work out that way here.
I mean, it's in the way you position yourself. You get your foot. Listen, last year I said this so many times for all the Mets. They didn't know what they were doing when they went up their plate. Yeah, and they've said it. They were all mixed up. They had too much data, too much information, too much thinking. They didn't know. They looked lost. That's why they all had bad years. And a lot of them were hurt. So barring injuries, go ahead.
I'm talking about from a pitching standpoint, from a fielding standpoint, the shift, the prior full year, the Mets had shifted 1,300 times. Last year, with the same amount of games, they shifted over 2,700 times. So overthinking ran rampant in that dugout, both from a
Well,
hitting standpoint and a fielding standpoint. I
you
think.
could. I mean, maybe the rise, was it worth it though? You're just stating the numbers, the amount of numbers. Was it worth it? When they did 1,300 shifts, did it work out for them 1,200 times? When they did 2,700, did it work out? 2,000 times. Is that worth it? I mean, there's a difference there, but is it worth doing it?
They only netted a save of, I think it was 20 some odd hits, whereas other teams shifted less and saved many more hits. There was one team that saved negative hits, which is why you even shifting in the first place. And I cannot remember which team it was.
When you shift, regardless of what team you are, when you shift, you kind of take half the field away from the pitcher, because then he has to pitch a certain way for the batter to hit it into the shift. Okay, or they can tell him pitch your normal way. He's going to hit it into the shift. I don't believe that. The pitcher's still going to try. If they're shifting to the left, they shift to the right. He's still going to try to pitch it into that spot. So the guy pulls it, and he pulls it into the shift or hits it
and
away into the other way. And if you don't, it's on the pitcher. So it kind of changes. A real good pitcher doesn't like the shift, because in their head, they know how they're going to pitch a guy. deGrom, he hates the shift.
Are you going to spend 5 minutes on every player, or just the shittiest player and all?
Well, we're actually talking about shifting stuff right now.
Do me a favor. What's up? What's my? Give me my line on McCann. What are my numbers for McCann?
Your line on McCann is 225, 15 home runs, 38 RBIs.
Which you said already.
Yeah, you want to put I want you to put a thumb pin, a pin in that one, and we're going to go back to that one at the end of the year, because I'll be the one that's...
We're going to go see how wrong we all were on some of these things.
I'm going to be spot on with that one. All right. Keep it moving. Let's go.
So moving right along, and double plays Terzio. There's not a lot of fast catches out there. Double plays. All right, let's move on. First base.
He's worried that I'll catch it hitting into double plays. Okay.
Yes.
Terzio.
Terzio's projecting 220, 10, and 40, which is, why 220? All right. And anyway, let's get to Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, our consensus, 262, 43 home runs and 102 RBIs. And we were pretty close. We had a range of home runs between 38 and 47, range of RBIs between 96 and 112. But this seems right for the Polar Bear, Rodriguez.
Yeah, a full healthy year with that in that type of lineup, and they all produce up to their average. He could destroy that home run total right there. But that's
he cut down supremely on. I mean, his strikeout rate last year was less than 20%.
He's got to stop dipping down. He did great last year.
It was a lot.
He could do better this year. Again, he could even improve that, because if he stops dipping down to try to hit the ball off the ground like he tries to do and lift it, he'll hit a lot more line drives, doubles, and maybe even a triple once in a while, because he hits the crap out of the ball. But he's trying to lift a lot. So if he stops doing that, his average is going to go up, and he's going to drive in more runs.
Yeah, and actually he hit 262 last year, and so we were all anywhere between 255 and 268 on his average. We will take this every single season
for the next 20 years.
Please, Pete. Please, Pete. And he's promised us a Gold Glove. We're gonna hold him to
that. He's so much better as a defender.
The problem is Olsen,
and
he was Olsen won platinum gold.
Well, it's not platinum a problem. I don't care if he wins the Gold Glove. If he plays Gold Glove level type of defense, I don't care if they give him a Gold Glove or not. We benefit from that. So I'm glad. Go for it, Pete. Go for it.
All right, let's move over to second base here. The Squirrel, Jeff McNeil. Consensus 284, 15, and 66. We were all pretty, right in the neighborhood of things.
Yeah. That's fair. In the 280s, I think I gave him a 280 something, right?
We agreed too much here, I think. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, 283. Joe had him at 288. Keith 290. I had him at 275.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think this is a good comeback year for him. It's time for him to get back to what he was before, which is just a good hitter to any field. Wherever that ball was, he'd hit it. But don't worry about the power numbers, Jeff. Just be a hitter, drive people, get people around the bases, score runs. It's all about the runs, baby.
Terzio, I like it. 290, 17, and 70. I
There
like
you
that.
go. That's fair too. He
Really
could
good
easily
at
do
a
that.
squirrel.
Absolutely.
Let's play that Muppet song. Moving right along. All right. Next up, Francisco
You're playing that in your
Lindor.
head, aren't you?
Yeah. That's what the pause was for. I was waiting for the music to stop in my head.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor,
What a show.
who is just tearing it up in spring, but we know better than to listen to
Don't even talk
look
about
at
that.
spring
Don't even think
stats.
about it. Nope.
We
Yep.
just want to get through healthy-ish. But
Yep.
so Francisco Lindor is second full season in New York. And David Wright today likened Lindor's struggles last year to Beltran's struggles to get acclimated to New York in 2005. So let's be careful. Be careful, National League, with Francisco Lindor this
listen.
year.
It's not easy to come and play in New York. There's a lot of people, a lot of pressure, and you signed the biggest contract ever. I mean, you had a lot of stuff going on there, Lindor. You still had good power last year. You ended the year kind of a little bit strong. You did okay, but I think that's fair for the second year, those stats. However, I believe that he's going to blow that RBI total up, because if he hits anywhere the way he's hit before, he's going to get another 20 RBIs. He's going to have guys in front of him. He's going to have Sterling Marte. He's going to have Nimmo. Those are two guys. If those guys are on base, you're looking at him getting a good 90 RBIs. But let's hope so. Injury free.
Tony's got him at 289, 30, and 101, which hell yeah, I take.
See?
And of course, obviously, what's up with these guys? We're not diving too much into their defense, but Lindor is the leadership on that infield. Tremendous defense. He's got the glove, he's got the arm. So he brings more than just this. But absolutely expect a little bit more incrementally. I kind of. And I think Joe might have also. I kind of held down some of the RBI totals just because, in my mind, this roster is going to score a ton, more than last year. But I think it's going to be divided up. I think you'll see some in 80s, 70s, and really really stack nicely.
But you have to think about what part of the lineup he's in.
Yeah.
He's a third batter. So the first inning, he's always going to have a chance to get more RBIs than anybody else. Okay, because either if there's 2 outs, he has a chance to get a home run and get an RBI, or get on base, do whatever. But he's always going to have more chances than anybody else on the team. So that's one of the reasons why I think his RBI total is going to be high, especially if those guys keep their on base potential, percentages up like they've had their whole career. If they're on base, Lindor's going to get them in. If he has that kind of year, he's going to get them in.
So let me ask you a question. As Hector said, Lindor, he's got 284, 35, and 98. Let me ask you a question about the lineup and just 2 spots in the lineup. There's a lot of discussion now with the DH that a lot of clubs are going to look to have leadoff hitters at 1 and 9. 1 and 9 spots. So let's say if the Mets go that route, you're looking at Nimmo and Marte, 1, 9, 9, 1, whatever. Do you like that strategy? That has been a lot of the talk. Back to back leadoff guys.
It depends who you have as your DH. Okay, if you have a guy that has power, you want to build 2 lineups within one. That's what a DH affords you. So you have 2 cleanup hitters.
It's like an MLB The Show. You set your lineups with the DH and everything, which came out today, baby.
Exactly. There you go. MLB The Show. Look it up. We're on it. No, we're not.
Shohei Ohtani.
But Shohei Ohtani. He's a badass. Focus, Farace. What were we talking about? Oh, he's gonna get. You could build 2 lineups. You could have Pete Alonso bat 4th, and you could build another faster lineup, and you could have another guy that's either a high on base guy or another power guy hit 8th or 9th in the lineup. It depends how you want to build the lineup, but you can build a lot more of a consistent offense, because once you get down to the 8th and 9th holes, usually the reserved for the worst hitters. You can change that up. You don't have a pitcher there anymore. You could have a power hitter coming up 9th. They can't walk that 8th guy to get to you, get to the 9th guy anymore. It's gonna
because then it's a Marte, it's a Nimmo who can get a walk.
Right. Marte can hit 25 home runs. Nimmo can actually hit 20 home runs if he was actually a man and stop being such a goofy guy from Omaha. Sorry, Omaha. No, where's he from? Kansas, Missouri,
Wyoming,
Michigan, Wyoming. Same.
Oh, that general Wyoming. Area,
Yeah, around over there with his mountains and stuff.
Maybe upper
he's
Midwest.
Part goat. That's why he's got those teeth. Part goat. But what are you talking about? So get me off the camera.
So
producer Joe, producing the show.
And in recent years it's been more the power hitter batting second. So if you,
I hated that.
I know you hate it, but let's say that they do it. Let's just say that they wind up doing that. And you got Nimmo leading off and Pete Alonso hitting second, and then Lindor batting third.
No.
Hold on. Well,
that's insane.
I'm not saying I agree with this strategy, but when you come back around, you have Marte. We've had enough slapping this week. But you come back around, you got Marte, Nimmo, Alonso to hit a 3-run blast. And then here comes Lindor to, you can get on base. He's got speed. That's another thing that we have this year if everybody stays
But
healthy,
now you just put
speed.
You just put Alonso third, though. You didn't put him second.
No, I had Marte going 9th, then Nimmo. I'm saying if they do the back-to-back leadoff guys.
He only has a chance to get 2 RBIs if he leads off the game. While if you bat him 4th, he'll have a chance to get 4 RBIs.
I didn't have him leading off the game.
I mean, batting second. If you have him batting second, in the first inning, you can only get 2 RBIs.
All right. So Terzio saying Pete's going to hit. I don't know if Terzio's saying no way Pete hits third or no way, Pete hits third. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we go there. All right. So that's Lindor. Let's keep moving. How you doing? Eduardo Escobar, who is playing well in spring. It seems like a good guy that the baseball folks must know what they're doing out there. But Eduardo Escobar, our consensus is 260. The third baseman, he can play second. 267, 21, and 75.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's good. I think his average may be a little bit high, but and I think his home runs can go up a little bit, about 25. But his average might be a little lower because of the new league. But he'll hit some home runs.
No, he came from the Brewers.
Yeah, didn't he hit 28 home runs last year or something?
Yeah, between 2 teams, Diamondbacks maybe and the Brewers. Yeah, but you're talking directly to Joe. Joe has him low here, or high. Wait a second. Joe has him high and low. So Joe has him at a higher batting average of 294. Low on the home run total at 12 and 60. So he's got 294, 12 and 60 for Mr. Escobar. Not that Escobar.
I think Joe would be right in the 80s because this guy wouldn't be assisted by those balls.
Joe, you said you're 30 years too late, bro.
No, and I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm saying that they've jacked up the baseball so much now that any little guy can hit 20, 25 home runs. So this guy is supposedly a bona fide home run hitter. He can hit home runs. So he should be able to hit at least 20. And even in this lineup where they're going to be forced to pitch to him sometimes, they're gonna have to throw him a fastball. He's going to be all over it. So our lineup is supposedly an on-base lineup, right? Guys that get on base all the time, guys that play decent defense and can move and can hit the ball around and move and play different positions. That's the way we play now. We only have a power hitter and that's it. Everybody else can play multiple positions. So that's the type of team we are. So hopefully we'll have a lot of chances on base.
Let's do it, Mr. Escobar. So he's our third. He can play third base, he can play second base.
Mhm.
And then of course with the
Play
DH, you can
shortstop in a
do
pinch
really
and
anything.
stuff.
hmm
Hmm.
all right, moving right along. Looking at our left fielder here, is Mark
Good Lord.
Canha.
All right.
All right, so we signed Mark Canha. Canha. I knew I was going to do that. Canha.
Canha.
Can do left field, right? Our consensus here is 249,
Needs a
17,
little work.
and 57. And we were all over the board here on RBIs for this guy. We have no idea as a unit. We are not
Right.
honed in, Rodriguez.
Right.
I
Well-
had him at 60, and Keith had him at 53. You have him at 8. So maybe this is a discussion for you and Joe, because you and Joe are really split on this.
Mhm.
You have him at 82 RBIs. Joe has him
Mhm.
at, unless I saw it wrong, Joe has him at 32.
Wow. Well, I see him batting in the 5th position or 6th position, which is a good RBI spot.
Conforto's
And
position.
right. So I figured that if he plays up to his norms, which is hitting the ball to right field, he's going to have guys that have decent speed in front of him. You're going to have Lindor. You're going to have the kid from third base. I can't remember his name. Ramirez, right? Is it Ramirez? What's his last
Escobar.
name? Escobar. It must be a crime lord thing. I probably can't think of it. I get worried when I think of that name. But Escobar, right? He's gonna have those type of guys on base. So I'm thinking he's gonna get RBIs. That's why I gave him 80. I also didn't give him a very high average. I don't think. I think I gave him like a 250 or something average.
259. I was at 2. I have him at 240. Keith at 235, and Joe at 260.
Right. I'm being generous because I'm hoping that he has a stellar year because he's surrounded by talent. And even though New York is a lot of pressure, but he's going to be playing a premier position. He's going to be batting in a premier spot, so he should get a lot of chances.
I think every spot in this lineup is going to be a premium spot in this lineup.
I mean,
if it goes according to plan,
it could if it goes according to plan, right? No injuries.
But they're just thinking of an outfield of Marte, Nimmo, and Conforto left to right. Sounds good.
Sounds a lot better than with Canha. I'm sorry.
This is us. See, but this is good.
Him.
Maybe this could be a good thing. Yeah. Right? Because this could be that we normally like Lindor, his first year out of the American League, and we thought he was going to kill it, and he did something short of killing it. And now Canha, we can say, we really want the Conforto here. This doesn't make any sense, and he might just blow us out of the water. Hit 28 home runs, might drive in 90.
Why not? I mean, listen, and they can all do what they're supposed to do if they.
It'll be a makeup for Jason Bay.
If they have a healthy. Why did you?
For the baseball gods.
You're talking about the worst. I mean, good God. We need health, dude. We need these guys to stay healthy. We need this guy.
I don't see him getting the playing time, and I don't see him getting.
He's the starter, Joe.
Right now, he's slated.
I don't see him getting the numbers. I don't see him getting it, and I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
I don't know about him either, Joe. I'm telling you that too.
We're all very hesitant on him.
But I have to see how he plays. And I'll tell you a few weeks in what I think, or maybe in a weekend when he goes 0 for 35.
Yeah, and he hasn't hit much in the spring. That's fine. We just want to get healthy. We want to make through as healthy as possible, Terzio. I think I don't care about the spring stat because it's all They start off. They're hitting 450, and this guy's gonna tear it up, and he comes out of the gate hitting 111 because as many superstitious people will say, used up all your hits in spring training. And you can't get them anymore.
I would probably say that.
Breaking news: Will Smith has resigned from the Academy. This is a baseball podcast. This is a baseball show.
Big loss. It's a baseball show. Damn it.
All right, Canha. Prove us wrong, man. Although, I mean, No, prove us
That's
wrong.
his
Hey,
average, though. That's his
Yeah,
That's his
I don't
season
like it.
average. So I don't know why we're talking so much like he's going to do better than that.
I'm
If he
getting
does
upset.
his average, we're going to get that.
I'm upset
You
with this
can't.
Canha.
You couldn't sign Conforto. You couldn't sign Conforto because he wanted to be long term,
So
and you
what
want
do
to
you
bring
think
up your
about
young guys. That's how you
really
sign
quick
Canha.
here? What do you think about the Conforto situation now that we know, now that we've learned? So my conspiracy theory, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, was that the man
No, you're
wasn't
not.
vaccinated. He did want to come back to the Mets, but he didn't want to lose money because he couldn't play at Citi Field. It was really coincidental to me that the mandate gets dropped and then he starts negotiating again. But I'm sure they have medical records and whatnot from his injury
I
in
would
January.
think if he hurt his shoulder, then the next team that sees him is going to make sure and check his shoulder and go back
Yeah.
through the medical records. So it'd be really stupid to lie about it,
Freaking Boris.
But look, no. At the end of the day, you couldn't sign Conforto. Like I said, I thought he was good. He would want to be here long term, and the Mets don't have long term plans for anybody. For the signings that
Yeah, a couple years ago.
made,
A couple years ago.
they're short signings.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're looking to bring
Like
their kids
Canha,
up.
2 years, Escobar, 2 years. It's strategic.
It's
It's gonna make
strategic. There's a
sense.
point to it.
We're gonna make sense. The Mets are gonna make sense.
Yeah, can you believe
Um,
that?
All right,
Somebody
let's
thinks
head.
they're like a Met fan.
We'll knock out the rest of the hitters, and then we'll move the starting rotation into our final spring training episode, which will be next week before opening day. Brandon
Yeah.
Nimmo,
Ugh,
Mr. Nimmo.
Mr. Nemo.
So
Bucky Badger boy. The Badger from
249 is
Wisconsin.
this is wrong. This is an incorrect graphic. I
What are you
have
talking about?
our consensus for Nimmo is 277, 14, and 52.
277, 14, and 52.
14
Yeah.
and 52.
Yeah. That's about right. Yeah.
That
That's a
we
good
were
consensus, actually.
we were all pretty close on that.
Yeah.
So obviously with Nimmo, our concern is health, and it's been health every year. It's been been a neck issue and a oblique issue, and I got food poisoning and whatnot. So
Right.
we're all waiting for the 1 year. There are players that get injured, their first several seasons, and then something clicks, and then they're healthy. But then
never
there's
in New
also
York.
like Alex Ochoa.
They're never here, though. They're never
right.
on our team. They're always on somebody else's team, playing in Wisconsin. I'm stuck on Wisconsin now.
You are.
My brain can't let it go.
Terzio, you got him at 280, 15, and 55, and then then on a 280 average, the on base percentage is going to be, upwards of 400. Yeah,
he should be on for even if he hits 270. He can still get on a clip of 400.
Yeah.
It depends if he walks, and he likes to walk. He likes to get on by any means possible. I like that about him.
And his defense has been
healthy,
better than advertised.
And playing in left field, you won't have a problem.
I think he's gonna be he's gonna be in center. Marte's gonna be in right.
I would not do that.
Don't disagree with Buck yet.
I have to. I think that Marte's oblique, if it's fully healthy, he has to go to center. And he can put Nimmo in left. He can put Nimmo in left. He doesn't have a strong arm. He can't play right. So Canha has to play right. He has to play left. With that, man, I'm telling you, we don't have.
Buck, you better be listening. That's all I gotta
Listen to me, Buck, please, man. I know what you're talking about. I'm telling you. Put Marte in center. Do not start off with Nimmo there. It just doesn't work. It's gonna mess up Marte. Marte's gonna see this white boy that can't run, and it feels like and looks like he's gonna fall every time he's running. He's like, oh, come on, Nimmo, man, come on, please. No, put Marte.
Just be healthy, man. Just be healthy, please. When just give us a year of 150. His healthiest year was the shortened year, of course, 55 out of 60 games.
Didn't he play 140 game season? Didn't he? That's when he did his best.
Yeah, maybe.
He played a whole bunch of games in one season, like 120, 130, but he put up decent numbers. Big goof.
All right. Well, you spoke of Mr. Marte. Here's Starling Marte. Here's what we have for him. We have 296, 13, and 50 from. Are we getting leadoff hitter here, number 9 hitter. They're going to sneak him in at number 2. We'll find that a little bit more next week.
1 or 2.
But
That's
I
it.
really like the Marte signing. I wanted them to sign him a couple years ago, but I think he's solid. He brings along, even if he doesn't steal as many bases as he's stolen, even last year, it's just a threat of him being able to steal and having speed at some point in our lineup, because that we've not had speed in our lineup for quite a bit, Rodriguez. So
That's why he should be playing center.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Gold Glove caliber. Terzio says 290, 15, and 60, along with 30 stolen bases. I don't necessarily disagree with you there.
That's fair. That's fair. I think he's going to hit for more power, because he's going to cut down on stealing bases this year and not steal that many. So I think he's going to hit in the 20s as far as home runs go, because he's going to have to. They're going to pitch him a lot more fastballs depending on who is behind him. They may not want to face the person behind them. One game it could be a DH. It could be a DH. Could be Big Pete, or it could be let's say I'm going to say a curse, but Robinson Cano. It could be that, excuse the language, guys.
I can't wait to get to Robinson
Cano. It could be that guy.
I can't wait to get there.
Marte should do well. I hope he does. I play him in center then.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. I enjoyed the signing here. Next up, Dom Smith. Dom Smith
doing?
Is
he fell asleep on the button again.
There we go. Dom Smith. So we found out that Dom Smith was dealing with an injury last year, which held his power down, and we don't really make up for it in our projections here. He had 11 home runs last year in 145-ish games or 150-ish games. So he played. He wasn't necessarily healthy. But we have him at 289, 16, and 58. Joe has him at a low RBI total, which brings his RBI average down. Rodriguez, you had him at 60. I had him at 70. Keith at 71, and Joe has him down in the 30 range. Maybe not confident that he's going to be playing all too much or whatnot.
Yeah, that's
Terzio has 300, 20, and 60.
Wow. He's not starting, Terzio. He's not a starter. Maybe if he becomes a primary DH, you can put up numbers like that easily. But you still have Robinson Cano, who's going to take up some space at DH, and you're going to have a JD, and you're going to have a couple other guys that can DH at the same time. So, but don't you know? But he's going to get some at bats. If he gets 300 to 400 at bats, he can do that right there. He can hit up. He can meet that.
All right, two more guys here. Two more guys here. JD Davis. We have him consensus at 280, 13, and 42. He's without an injury, he doesn't have a good path to playing time right now because of his inconsistent defense. The guy's a hitter, so if there's a spot out there, even if if he's got to start a game in left field,
it's a great guy to have on the team. You can't get rid of a guy like that. I mean, you could trade him if you get in a bona fide star, whatever. But you have a guy like that that can hit and he can play multiple positions. I mean, maybe he's not a Gold Glove guy, but in the majors, if you have a 900% fielding percentage, you're not that good. I'll take it. 9 out of 10. Okay, whatever. I'll take it. It's hard. It's a hard game to play, man. So JD Davis, I love the guy. I wish we could put him at someplace. Definitely.
It's a good problem to have, right?
I mean, you have Dom Smith and you have JD Davis, to DH. I mean, once Cano's gone or once Cano gets hurt and gets busted again for Wright, you have them two sharing the DH and we'll be fine.
Terzio has him if he's playing, I guess considerably, 260, 20, and 55. I think obviously his value is as a hitter. So it's a good problem to have not for us. Buck Showalter's they're going to be the guy who makes the determinations, but that puts pressure on Dom Smith to if he's going to be DHing a lot, puts the pressure on him to hit the ball because you got a great hitter behind you in JD Davis, albeit from the right side. So that might be a platoon lefty righty.
Yeah, but there's always pressure, and Dom Smith can hit, man. He can. The kid can hit, and so can JD Davis. I mean, they've both shown it. They can do it. Like Buck says, just play the game. Just be better, hit better, play better. Play better is the thing, right?
Do you think, given the opportunity, JD Davis can put up better, at least offensive, and maybe on par with Canha as far as defense is concerned, but more specifically for the offense?
Offensively, he can put up better numbers than Canha.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I believe that 100%. I believe if they took JD Davis and put him in right field, he can put up better numbers than Canha. And I think he can play just as good a defense because I don't think Canha plays that good defense. The other day he lost the ball in the outfield. I saw that in Port St. Lucie. So I mean, and his knock is not that he's a great defensive player, other than that he can play multiple positions. That doesn't mean you're a great defensive player at all.
Right.
You can be average at all of them. And I think he's kind of average. I think JD Davis is a better hitter, but that's why he's.
We'll see. It's all going to shake out because the one thing with a guy like Buck Showalter, he's not going to bat you. He's not going to play you because of a name.
Yeah.
If you're,
he doesn't have to. He's Buck Showalter. That's
exactly. And he's been in it since 92. He's been a manager.
He's not a rookie manager. Years. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next up and last up is your boy, Keith's boy. Okay, we'll call him Keith's boy since he's not here. Sure. Mr. Cano, Robinson Cano. We have him consensus at 248, 9 home runs and 30 RBIs. And I will tell you that the guy behind your wall has a lot to do with the numbers being as low. Yeah, I mean, okay, for
he probably said 0, 0, and 5.
No, he wasn't. No, he didn't go that far.
Once again, I want you to circle these numbers, print them out, put them up on the wall, and we could talk about them again at the end of the season.
No, see, Joe and I, we're not that far off. Maybe in the RBIs because I feel like you were being aggressive there. But okay, so Joe has him. The total line is 230, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. Obviously, he doesn't have him playing. He doesn't have him playing. So it was kind of like with Cespedes a couple of years ago. We were right. Wait, look at that.
You gotta have him playing at least, Joe.
So, but I will tell you, Cespedes. I just go because it's handy dandy. In 2020, Mr. Producer Joe had him at 260, only playing 10 games, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. I think that was pretty close. So prognosticator, maybe.
There you go,
Joe.
There you go. So again,
okay. Let's hope not. Well, let's hope so. Either way, it doesn't matter because either way we have guys to play.
I take no joy in being right about this. But,
yeah, you do.
He does. Yeah, he does.
He's hot trash. He's hot trash, and we can't get him to the curb fast enough.
I thought I was being rough.
We can't get him out of our lives fast enough. I mean,
I have him at 245, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs.
I'm more optimistic because I know he can hit. Can he stay on the team healthy and not get hurt or not get busted for roids? I don't know.
Sergio said put him in a blue recycle bag.
Oh, like Plantation. Plantation, Florida. You have to buy your garbage bags and they're blue. And they're this big and they charge you $50 each. They're crazy. Shout out to Plantation, Florida.
He's not wrong.
My wife hates them. But it's funny. I'm hoping that he gets to play. Buck will play him because Buck knows him, believes in him, and trusts him. And maybe he could be, for all his misdealings and things that he's done and roids and stuff. Maybe he can be a leader on the team and a pseudo old man type of, spread your knowledge and not your garbage around and help the
Yeah.
kids out and keep them strong because he's a winner. I mean, he's won before. He's a great player, skanky. But
Terzio's got 189, 2 and 10.
if he bats that way, then he's not going to play. Then it's fine for J.D. Davis and Smith. Either way, I don't care. But I'm hoping that he plays because maybe he can add something to the team. I'm a team guy, but if he's a cancer, he's got to go.
Yes, and that's going to be the difference between a rookie manager from last year, or Callaway 2 years ago. Just Cano third. Buck. Yes, but you remember that, right? Cano was not playing well, and he was every day in the lineup at batting third, batting 225, batting third, batting 221.
That's pretty bad. He just gave him the respect, but he's got to look at the stats, man. You got to make tough decisions. Yep. That's why Buck's still around.
Buck, baby, Buck. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna put a big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy.
Zip it out.
And next week, obviously opening day, less than a week away. We'll talk about. We'll go through projections for the pitching staff. We'll skim a couple of the relievers because obviously we don't know exactly who's going to make the team solidly yet or not. But we'll have much
now
more
we can have 2
next week.
Relievers.
Yeah.
Thank you, deGrom.
Because of Peterson. We'll see. So let's pray to the baseball gods that deGrom is closer to middle of June than
whatever. It doesn't matter. He's off the team.
He's on my fantasy team. I can't even. Yeah, I already spent the money on him.
Good, degenerate gambler.
All right, Rodriguez. You have any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Don't sign deGrom for an extended contract. How's that? Okay.
He's just got to opt in. We're at his mercy right now.
Oh, another albatross, another David Wright hanging around our necks, stopping Justin Turner from becoming our third baseman and a perennial all-star. Thank you, David Wright.
Wow.
Anyway, let's go Mets. We're going to have a great year. Farace, I hate you. I don't like to agree with you, but we do agree on a lot of things. Producer Joe, peace. You're a good guy. Don't kill anybody behind there.
Don't kill anybody. That's good advice.
Good advice. You said words of wisdom.
Terzio is reminding us, this is WrestleMania weekend. We got Hall of Fame tonight. I think The Undertaker. You mentioned his name earlier on. He's going in.
He's one of the greats, man. Love him.
Oh, don't put McCann in the same vein as a steroid cheating guy, Cano.
I think McCann might have been the guy that broke up his marriage for Terzio.
He does not like James McCann.
He does not like McCann.
It's funny. Me and Terzio would probably get along really well because McCann and Cano should have it written into their contract that once they get hurt that they can't play anymore or whatever, that they should still be forced to be bat boys or like towel boys in the shower or deliver the catering, the food.
You want to humiliate them.
Humiliate them.
But McCann,
we
didn't sign him to be an offensive juggernaut. I think he did a great job with the pitching staff last year. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job this year.
Good catcher. He's
more value on the defensive side. There's a lot more. There's only a handful of offensive weapons at catcher.
Yeah, all right.
We have an offensive weapon.
My closing thoughts are: I could agree with that if he wasn't Mr. Automatic out at the plate, or what? Even worse than that, if he wasn't Mr. Automatic double play at the plate. If he had a runner on base. So, if he only knew how to, what? I give him the benefit of the doubt for one more year. I give him the benefit of the doubt that he does call.
Imagine if he hated him.
All right. He calls a good game. All right, there you go.
That hurt him.
Okay.
Like
Wow, yeah, that was painful.
Joe's in pain right now.
You can hear it in his
Yeah,
throat.
he calls a good game, right?
Hey,
He's
yeah.
happy.
Okay.
He calls a good game.
All right.
Oh my Terzio, stop. All right.
Because
So
it hurts when I'm watching him come to the plate. It hurts. It hurts.
There we
'Cause
go.
It's just, it hurts.
he also was
Thing-
adjusting from a different league. It's tough. Look at Lindor, superstar in the American League, and he came here.
Give him till the All-Star break. If he doesn't perform, then for sure he's a dud offensively. You know,
Because that affects two guys. If McCann sucks and you bring in Nito and he plays well, he's going to sap the strength from Lindor, and now we don't have Lindor or McCann.
like a succubus. Like Lindor's gonna get like grayer. He's gonna get skinny. He's gonna look like a zombie out there at shortstop.
Yeah.
And Nito's gonna grow hair, get buff. He can't play much. He has to be on the bench.
All right. Well, fun as always. We covered a ton of stuff. I got yelled at for spending too much time with McCann's face on the screen.
Very
but we'll be back.
Producer today. Huh?
Yes.
Very aggressive. Wow.
But we'll be back next week before opening day. We'll get Keith back in here. We'll be at full strength, and we'll preview the first couple of series. That's freaking exciting to be able to say when, like a month ago, we weren't even sure if this is going to be a baseball season. So, Producer Joe, I did you want to, was there a retort to Rodriguez there?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for us today. We will we'll see you next week. When he came off mute, I thought he wanted to say something to you. All right. Peace out, everybody. Joe, get us out of here.
Put up the ball.